Hello, YouTube and average anglers. What is happening? It's been a little while. Well, I finally got out on the water. Went with a fellow RB Bass member and we did some fishing on Lake Berryessa. It was Sunday, November 19th. Post-frontal conditions. It was pretty stormy on Saturday. Beautiful day. It was sunny, a little chilly in the morning. Got pretty nice where it was just a sweatshirt. And the wind was not bad. At times it was glassed off, at other times there was a ripple, and then near the end of the day they got rolling a little bit, but not too bad. We fished from sun up to sundown. We went out hoping to fish reaction. That was probably a little optimistic with the conditions. But the bite was decent. We caught a lot of fish, nothing giant. 3-pound smallie was probably the biggest. We didn't weigh it. It could have been a little more. The picture will be in the thumbnail. It's beautiful fish. All the fish were healthy. I mean, they've been eaten. I bet the bite on Saturday probably was pretty good. And there should be a reaction bite right now. We did catch one fish on an A-rig. I threw a glide bait a bit, threw an underspin for a little bit, spinner bait, crankbait, rip bait, you know, all the chatterbait, all the usual suspects. I fished a jig, shaky head, Ned rig, drop shot. The first fish I caught was on a jig, and the way the fish ate it, you would think that, oh, there's going to be a good jig bite today, because I mean it wanted that jig. And we got a couple jig fish, but the clear winner was a shaky head. And we fished the entire lake, from top to bottom. Well, from middle to top, back down to bottom. It's been a while since either one of us had been on the lake. So there was a lot of feeling out process. One thing I've noticed is the fish have moved a little bit from their haunts where they were hanging out prior when the water was lower. And it looks to me like it's just related to the terrain. They seem to like areas that had some type of bowl structure, something perhaps that they could push bait into, and it was blocked off on 3 sides. So these could be rock formations, it could be little small cuts on the main lake, in coves, whatever. They were just small indentations for that matter. Anyway, on the main lake we fished some straight walls, and we found the fish were grouped up in areas where it had these rocks that came out that created a trap where they could push bait into. What I can say is, after spending the day trying different things, looking at different, we saw fish pretty much everywhere we fished. I mean, we forward-facing sonar and 2D. There was fish throughout the lake. We didn't catch fish everywhere. We caught fish where we saw bigger groups of fish, and that seemed to be the ticket. There was a random fish here or there, but not something I would focus on again. I wouldn't even stop and fish if I wasn't marking a lot of fish. That's just me now, knowing what I know after fishing yesterday. So the shaky head. Well, Travis was throwing a 1/4 ounce frenzy nail. I was throwing a Ned head, 1/8 ounce, but That said, I was fishing a worm on it. We both fished a different worm. One didn't seem to outfish the other. They both kind of got bit, numbers wise, equally as well. Travis was throwing a Zoom finesse worm, 4.5, 5 inch green pumpkin, and I was throwing a Yamamoto. Uh, Maybe it's a Daiwa. It's probably a Daiwa, but it's a Yamamoto, Neko worm in green pumpkin, purple, and gold. Like I said, both got bit equally well. We had to be shaking it, moving it a little bit. The interesting thing is, and I didn't notice it at first, I thought about it this morning when I was driving into work. The Yamamoto or Daiwa worm, I believe, caught all of the smallmouth. It caught spots too, it caught largemouth. I don't know if that was dumb luck, if there was something to it. One of the colors in it was the trigger for the smallmouth. I'm not really sure. But we did catch all three species. All three species seemed to be grouped up together, to be honest with you. When we got on those bigger schools of fish, oftentimes we caught all three species. So that said, it is November 20th. It's the week of Thanksgiving. I'm sure a lot of you have extra days off. Maybe you'll be able to get out and go fishing. Maybe you won't. I encourage you to go out and try. The bite's pretty good. The lake's beautiful. The water's still at good levels. And to me, it's a new learning experience, because compared to the low water, I'm not finding those fish in the same places. And it's just, I believe it's because of what I said. There was too many times where we found the bigger groups of fish in these little areas that it was easier for them to trap bait. And there's no shortage of bait in Berryessa. A lot of them were spitting up shad when they were fighting and coming to the boat. We saw bait balls all over the place, and just because you found the bait didn't mean you were going to get bit. That's not it. It's just not how it worked for us. That said, get out there, enjoy it. There should be a crank bite on better days that aren't post front. If the wind's blowing or you get a little stormy day, be sure and toss that spinnerbait and just cover water. We did see some topwater blowups, but they were so random, you'd go to one and start throwing on it, and 50 yards behind you, there'd be another one. So there is a possibility for topwater bites. I would think. Again, maybe better on a day that's not post front. Anyway, January starts Kevin and I's tournament season, which I'm going to do my best to document for you and share that with you, so you can see the carnage, whether good or bad. Decision-making processes. I'm going to try and do a video for all that. I'll try and do a video the night before about what we plan to do and that kind of thing. We will be practicing the day before for these tournaments. So it should be fun. Also, I have quite a few new rods, many of which all of which I'll be doing reviews on. I fished with two of them yesterday. Both are really good rods. One's priced much better than the other. So look for those to come in the next, this week. I'm going to try and get them all out this week. Christmas is right around the corner, and we all love getting fish and stuff. So thanks to the new subscribers. Folks, leave in the comments what you'd like to see. You know, if there's certain products you want to see reviewed, rods, reels. Oh, I got a reel too that I will do a review on. Baits. I'm custom painting lures now, so I'm messing around with a lot of that stuff. So there should be a lot of good content to come. But let me know what you like to see. I know a lot of you are Berryessa fishermen, and like the Berryessa reports. It's living in Gilroy. It's a bit of a trek for me for Berryessa, but and with tournament season starting in the beginning of January, we're not that far off. I probably will get up there a couple more times just because it's a good crossover lake for our first tournament. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, leave a comment below of things you'd like to see, and we'll do the best to do that for you. Till next time, fish out.